Welcome to another segment of Bovastro Cooking. That's right, we're back again. As I promised you, we're going to do our chicken and waffles, but I was going to have my beautiful wife here with me to help me do these chicken and waffles. These are homemade chicken and waffles. So, as I promised you, don't forget the hashtag. Same time,
same dollar,
different meal. That's right. So we're getting ready to do our chicken and waffles. And tonight, I got our chicken here, which is actually marinated in buttermilk. So the chicken has been marinated in buttermilk, and we've actually had this marinated for about 2 hours. So what I'm going to do is we're going to show you how we season our flour. We got our flour here, and our flour has a mixture of cornmeal and self-rising flour. So in this flour, well, as we prepare our chicken, I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to also use some garlic powder, and I'm going to use some onion powder. Now mind you, I did state that we had this actually marinating, and we had it marinating basically for about maybe 3 hours. So I'm going to mix our flour together with our cornmeal, and this is the flour that you're going to use to actually season your tenders. All right, so as I got these marinating here, I'm actually set our basket in the grease here. I have what I'm going to use as my dry hand, my wet hand, and my dry hand. So we got a wet hand, dry hand. Why? Because I'm dealing with buttermilk and flour. So I take my wet hand, and this chicken, these tenders have been marinating. I take my dry hand, and I actually get those tenders in there real good, get it battered up real good. And I'm going to put our chicken in our grease. Now our grease has been on, and it's actually frying pretty good. We're going to take the other tenders, the wet hand, place it in that batter it up real good. I told you these are homemade tenders. I took chicken breast, and what I did was actually cut the chicken breast into pieces, into the appropriate pieces that I want. The trick
to this is making sure that you move at a consistent speed, because you don't want the other chicken tenders to cook before all of them are in there together.
And the dry hand. So we got 3 tenders in there frying already. So as you can see, these are frying pretty well. So once those are frying pretty well in your grease and everything, we're going to come back for just a moment. Once we let those actually fry, we're going to let these fry just a moment. They're going to brown up pretty good. We'll be right back after this, once we get our tenders, and I'll show you exactly how we're going to do our sauce that's actually going to be over these chicken and waffles. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. I thank you guys for tuning in. We've got our chicken already complete. We got our tenders done. They are beautiful, turned out very well. So what we're going to do now is our sauce. And I started out in this pan. You see this this margarine that's melted. This is actually 1 stick of margarine that I've used. Then we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. This is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. This is 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavor. And we're going to add a cup of buttermilk. And while we got that on, we're going to mix this together. This is going to be our sauce. And while we're mixing this, getting this together, we're going to add our Cairo syrup. But we're going to get this to cook down first. Now, mind you, this is the sauce that we're going to use to drizzle onto our chicken and waffles. So we got this cooking. I'm gonna let that cinnamon cook down a little bit. And you can smell the aroma. This smells very good.
Smells real good. I'm so ready to eat.
I know it, me too. And it has all of this flavor. Now mind you, once I get this cooked down, we're going to let that kind of cook a little bit. Man, this sauce, I can tell how this is actually going to taste. I mean, if your sense of smell is anything close to your taste, you know exactly what this is going to taste like. And I'm pretty sure this is going to taste real good. So you can see how the cinnamon is cooking down. And if you think about it, a lot of people never would have had in their mind to use buttermilk. And trust me when I say it's not anything that's nasty or anything, but when you actually cook with cinnamon and different flavors, cinnamon has its own flavor anyway. I'm gonna get my wife to open that Karo syrup for me because we're getting ready to add this in here. We want this to cook down. You see how that sugar, now what happens when you cook sugar, if you cook sugar over a high heat or anything like that, it starts to caramelize. So this will actually caramelize and start to thicken up for you as well. So we're going to add our Karo syrup. So I have 1 tablespoon of Karo syrup, and then we're going to add another tablespoon of Karo syrup. Karo syrup is used when you're cooking pecan pies or anything like that. And what happens is when you add the Karo syrup actually will thicken. So you can tell you got your margarine in there, and this margarine actually helps it to keep it from sticking too, also on the bottom of the pan. But you got your margarine in there, you got your buttermilk, you got your cinnamon, your vanilla flavor, and all that's cooking real good in there. So while this is cooking down, and this is actually thickening up to what we want it to be and what we want it to look like, we'll actually be right back after this, and we'll show you exactly how our waffles come out and how we place our chicken and drizzle this nice sauce over it. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. So now as you see, we got our waffle iron going, and what I did was I actually took some Baker's Joy and I sprayed the waffle iron. So what we're going to do, we're going to take some of our batter for the waffle mix that we've actually mixed up, and I'm going to actually put this in the middle. You're going to ladle this in the middle so that when you close it, it won't actually run out of the waffle maker. Don't be alarmed. Don't be scared. Some people, I don't know why a lot of people are scared of the waffle iron, but the waffle iron is your friend. It will not go anywhere. This is like the Belgium waffle maker. So we got our waffle there. So we're going to close this, and I'm going to allow this to cook for a few minutes. So once this actually cooks, then we're going to come back and I'll show you the finished product. So mind you, we got our sauce here, and the sauce is actually going pretty good. We got our waffle in here and it's cooking. We got the indicator that shows that it's actually cooking. So once it turns green, that means that the waffle is ready. Again, stay tuned. We'll be right back and I'll show you exactly how we plate this up. I'm excited. Same time, same dollar, different meal. We'll be right back right after this and I'll show you the presentation of these famous Bovastro chicken and waffles. All right, my good people, we are back and I'm excited. Look how beautiful that waffle came out. Yes, it is. It is beautiful. I couldn't be more pleased. So, now that we got our waffles, we're going to take our tenders. We're going to place our beautiful tenders on here. Likewise, don't be afraid of those tenders. You got those tenders up there like that. You know, we want to make sure that everything is looking on the up and up. Now remember our sauce, our beautiful sauce. Now we're going to take this sauce and drizzle this sauce on there like that. Look at that. Beautiful chicken and waffles. Man, couldn't be more excited about what's going on here. If you want to add a little color to it, you can actually garnish your plate. You know, do a little green onions on the side if you want to. Little parsley on the side, however you want to. But right now, I'm excited about what we got going on right here already. So, with that being said, same time, same dollar, different meal. Also, I want to thank my wife for being on the show with me. But right now, we're getting ready to go and eat. This looks amazing. You guys tune in. Don't forget to share. I'm talking about like. I need all the likes and all the shares I can get on this. Look, Bovastro is on to something. Y'all keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, because I trust and believe this is not the last that you're gonna see of Bovastro. I promise you this. Same time, same dollar, different meal. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.